James Holder, IFL-TV, in association with Mac the Knife Global. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Got it right that time.
Got it right. It takes a little. I'm just getting used to getting it rolling off the tongue.
Yeah.
With me, I've got none other than Scotland's Josh Taylor. How are you?
No, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, very well, very well. How are you finding Big Fight Week in Vegas thus far?
Oh, it's brilliant. You know, it's the first time I've been here in Vegas, so just walking along the strip and seeing all the bright lights and all the casinos and all the pizza and all the ice cream and all that. You know, it's brilliant. But I just have to hold myself back for the temptation, you know, until after the fight, so I can go and enjoy it. Yeah, but it's brilliant. Really enjoying it. Aye.
Relatively early in your pro career, you obviously got your hands on that Commonwealth title, but to get a chance to come over it and to experience this at this stage of your career must be a real eye opener for you, really.
Aye, it's brilliant. You know, you have hopes and dreams, you know, coming to Vegas and fighting in Vegas on a massive bill as a professional. When you turn out, you know, it's just, I never imagined I'd be here on only my 8th fight and fighting on a massive undercard. You know, it's another little dream come true. So it's brilliant. You know, seeing Frampton here as well, with being my stablemate and seeing his name up on that MGM, you know, it gives me massive motivation and inspiration to be there myself one day and be here myself one day involved in a massive fight like that. Yeah.
With a tricky opponent yourself on Saturday, Oliveira, very game man. He's 21 KOs on his record, so would suggest that he has got that equaliser as well, which would no doubt have to keep you focused.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's had 1 draw and 2 losses. The only 2 losses he's had has been against undefeated prospects. You know, so he's tall as well. He's 5'11", same height as me, so he's very rangy, and he comes to fight and he comes to win. So I'm going to have to keep sharp and keep focused, like you said. So. And make sure I get this win on Saturday.
He's certainly done things the hard way, hasn't he? Looking at his record and his box rec, he hasn't been shy of taking on these.
No, every fighter he's boxed has been sort of a prospect and up and coming fighter, you know. So he definitely comes to win and comes to fight. So it's not going to be a pushover fight. I'm going to have to be switched on and make sure I get this win on Saturday.
No doubt you'll have one eye on the domestic scene, sort of, as you raise and make your way up through the ranks. Tyrone Nurse, British champion, we've seen him sign with Frank Warren and BoxNation now. He'll be sort of on the BoxNation BT platform. Yeah. Have you got aspirations to maybe challenge Tyrone Nurse down the line before that?
Of course, yeah, of course. I would love to. I'd love to go down the traditional route, winning a British belt, a European belt, and then up into world honours. You know, I'd love to do that. So. It's looking great. The division's looking really quite hot at the moment. It's starting to heat up with 4 or 5 fighters and all nipping and tucking each other's heels on the way up. So, aye, definitely.
Also seen Ohara Davies, Derry Mathews has been made, which again is interesting in itself. A lot of bad blood, to say the least, between the two of them. And recently I've seen yourself and Ohara having some interactions via the social media. So, firstly, talk to me about Derry versus Ohara Davies. How do you see that one?
Well, you know, Derry is a very good fighter. You know, he's a lightweight for one. You know, he shouldn't be fighting at light welterweight. But I hope Derry flattens him. You know, I hope he's out there in LA training hard and comes back and flattens him. And if not, I'd love the chance to do it.
Where's this sort of bad blood come between you and Ohara Davies?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've never said anything about him. You know. He called me out after the fight against Dave Ryan. He called me out, supposedly called me out. So I don't know. It's all stemmed from there. So I responded to him, as you do. If you want to fight, let's go on. Blah blah blah. He never responded, and then he said something the other day or yesterday again. So to be honest, I don't think the guy's the sharpest tool in the box. He's a bit stupid. I think he's just talks so much bullshit. It's just unbelievable. But you know what? It doesn't bother me. He can say what he wants. He can say what he wants.
Are you a fan of fighters calling out other fighters, or do you think he should be more respectful? Because if I tell you the truth, we love it. We love to see fighters being vocal and demanding fights. But what's it like?
I think that's what he wants. I think he wants people to talk about him. He wants his name to be out there. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. He just wants people talking about him. That's it. He seems to think he's this pay-per-view fighter. You know, earn your stripes to fight with me. You know, he's won a WBC silver belt. You know, I've only had 7 fights. I've got a Commonwealth belt. But you know, if I fight him tomorrow, I'd flatten him. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Do you get defensive when people make suggestions that you could be the guy to take over from Ricky Burns at this stage in your career? He obviously freeweight world champion. He's done fantastic in being a figurehead and a spearhead for Scottish boxing. Do you feel it puts more pressure on you people making that suggestion at this stage?
No, it doesn't put pressure on me, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of guy to turn around and say that I'm going to be the next Ricky Burns. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the kind of guy that goes out calling out people either. That's not my style. I've got massive respect for Ricky Burns. He's put Scotland back on the map. You know, he's bringing great nights back to Scotland for all the fighters in Scotland coming through at early stages in their career, like myself as well. It's great for Scotland, you know. So a massive respect for Ricky Burns. You know, Barry and Shane was more Barry putting out, saying that he wants to put me in with Ricky Burns right now. You know, but you know, I'm not calling out anybody. But at the same time, if I was to fight against, I'd be put in the ring against them. I feel confident in my own ability to win the fight. Of course, I would ask any fighter that. So, and they'll say the same. Yeah.
We know you're from Edinburgh. Big Edinburgh history. Ken Buchanan, for instance, I know he's a great supporter of yourself. What's it like? I've heard you speak about Ken before, but what's it like having someone like that sort of in your team and giving you advice?
It's brilliant. You know, when I'm back home in Edinburgh in between camps, he still comes into the gym and he still does a bit of training, still whacks away at the bags, does a bit of shadow boxing. You know, the old Tartan legend, he's a character. You know, he's got great stories when he was over here fighting sharing dressing rooms with Muhammad Ali and all that, and he had the A side and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's brilliant. You know, it's just he's such a character. It's great to have him around.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's good that boxing people, especially the likes of Ken, have got that on them to still keep themselves fit and, more importantly, share the knowledge with the next generation of fighters coming through.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Fight prediction for yourself? What can we expect for you? What would be the ideal outcome for you on Saturday?
Well, obviously, a win. It doesn't matter how it comes. It doesn't matter how it comes, with it's by stoppage or points. It doesn't matter, just as long as I get the win. And if we go out looking for a stoppage, just go out to make sure that I'm boxing well, look for the right shots, and if it comes, it comes. Just as long as I get that win.
Talk about the main event, Carl Frampton Santa Cruz 2. Massive fight. The first one was such a great fight to watch. What are you anticipating from this one?
Well, obviously I'm going to be saying that Carl's going to win, you know, but in all seriousness, I think he's looking in even better shape for this one. I think he's stronger at featherweight. He's filled it into featherweight. He's making the weight more comfortably. He's much more energy in the gym. He's much more explosive. He's faster. His feet are faster. I think he could win it more convincingly this time, to be honest. But at the same time, as a boxing fan, I'm really excited for the fight as well. You know, it's going to be another great fight, I think, because of their two styles. They're just going to gel, and it's going to be an explosive fight. And the way Leo Santa Cruz fights is all action as well. So as a boxing fan, I'm really excited, but confident in Carl.
Do you think he can change the tactic? Do you think he can box on the back foot?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's going to come forward and I think he's going to try and put more pressure on Carl this time around as well. But if he does that, then he leaves his cell open more to get countered or get caught with a big shot himself. But as a boxing fan, I'm really excited for the fight. But I've got full confidence with Carl winning the fight and coming out victorious again.
Interesting to see if he keeps up that work rate over 1,000 punches. But when you're loading up with them punches, surely that will knock down the sort of intensity of his work.
I don't know. You don't know. I know he's going to come. I think he's going to come forward and put on more pressure and try and put the bigger shots on. But you know, it's Carl's looking in amazing shape. He's sharp. He's punching fast. He's hard. His feet work is unbelievable as well. This time his head movement he's firing on all cylinders. So I'm fully confident that Carl's coming away with another victory.
We could be expecting another fight of the year contender.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a great one, yeah.
Josh, thank you for giving me some of your time today, mate. I'll catch you again real soon.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.